to another show of National Veterans Alliance. I'm Deb Doherty, I'm the founder. And we have a great episode today. As most of you know, we really cater to our veterans in real estate. We want to be able to help the veteran find a home, sell a home, but we also give back. And today I have a couple of great real estate agents that have great information for us. So I'm going to go right into it, and I'm going to introduce John Manella and Keith Dean. Welcome, guys, for coming today.
Thank you.
So,
Pleasure to be here.
John, tell us a little bit about yourself. You were in the Navy, you were a police officer, you were a detective, so from New Jersey, too. So, go ahead and give us a little bit of a brief.
Yeah, I went into the Navy at 17, did 5 years in U.S. Navy overseas. When I got out, I became a police officer, ultimately a police detective. I did 28 years in the force. I was also an EMT, certified EMT when I was there.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I came down here, retired from the police department, and I came down here because my father was sick, and my mother could not take care of him by herself, so I helped her. Then he passed away, she got sick, and I took care of her, and then she passed away, and I got into real estate in between him being sick and her being sick, so that I could supplement my income and help people.
That is great. So let me ask you, so going from the military and then going into law enforcement, so how did that direction come about for you?
Well, I've always had like a need to serve people and just, be of service to people. And, when I went in the service, yeah, as a kid, we all have our hopes and dreams. You're a little kid, if you're a little girl, you want to be a dancer. You're a little boy, you want to be, whatever, the president of the United States, whatever. Well, as I was a young man, one of my, heroes, if you want, on television was James Bond. So I wanted to do something in that field. So when I went in the military, I was in the intelligence field.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yep.
when I got out, I liked the idea of figuring things out, being, deducing things.
Yep.
And I transitioned ultimately from police to detective, and I always had a passion for that. A squared plus B squared has to equal C squared. You put things together, you figure the things out, and you're helping people while you're doing it.
That is great. That is great. And Keith, we have Keith Dean here. And so, Keith, if I remember correctly, you were in banking and then you went into real estate. Do I have that correct?
Well, actually, my list of employments is quite long, but in relative to this, I actually became a real estate agent around 2002 in Orlando, Florida. And then, of course, we knew what happened to the market in 07, 08. Things
Right.
just went really crazy, stupid. So I moved back to Maryland because we had some health issues with my father-in-law, which we eventually lost. And while I was up there, I was in banking. I was assistant vice president to a local community bank. So I did loans, and I stayed in the field of real estate through the other end, which was the loaning end.
Right.
Did a few of those things then, and then we moved back to Florida, came to Stewart area, and got right back into real estate, and had some other things going on in between. But I've been at this on and off for about 21 years.
Wow. So you both have quite a bit of experience there. So, John, I'm actually going to go ahead and start off with you. So what values are important to you when you think about the kind of business that you want to build?
That's a good question, Deb. I know a lot of people get into certain fields for money, and money is, I guess to be cliche, is a necessary evil, but I really don't want to put money first. I want to put helping people. It may be a situation where I had clients that were underwater in their house because the bank really kind of messed them over pretty badly, and they just wanted their life back, and I was able to help them, and they walked away with a little bit of money in their pocket when it was all said and done. Those are the kind of things that I want to be able to do. Put people into their house that never had a house before. Help families, not just necessarily in real estate. You being in real estate also know that sometimes as an agent, people look to us to be knowledgeable on a variety of things.
That's true. Very
Contact, I need a plumber, I need this, I need
Right.
that, whatever the case might be. And they call you up and they ask, how do I solve this problem? And if you're in a position to give them advice where you're not crossing a line into legalities or anything like that, then you take the time to do that. Sometimes it just may be they need an ear to
Yeah.
listen to, and that's what we're here for. And and you with your Veterans Alliance, that's a phenomenal organization. And we want to be part of that to help you to cultivate that as well.
Right. No, I appreciate that because that's so true because our veterans are so important. Keith, what are your thoughts on that question?
Well, I will add to that because John and I are usually on the same page with a lot of this. But one of the things that I pride myself on is Zig Ziglar, and his whole comment was basically, if you want your dreams to come true, then help other people's dreams come true too. I've lived that a couple times in my life, and I'm living it again where I'm at right now, and being able to help people. And it is all about putting people first. I think we have a lot of with the economy, with the way the state of things are today. We have a lot of people who are confused that are in real estate agents. They don't know the direction. I think they have the tools. I think they have the right brokerage that they're with. I just don't think they're facing in the right direction. And it's all based on mindset. And so we can change that mindset. We can probably change a lot of people's lives. And that's really what John and I want to do.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with it. So, John, what do you think a good company culture is? I mean, do you think the culture is, I mean, it's definitely an important component of having a business. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Keith got it spot on. I mean, a good company component is putting others first, above yourself. I mean, that's, not to get religious, but that's what we're called to do as Christians.
Absolutely.
We put our others over ourselves. And I think when you do that, kind of like what he said, Zig Ziglar, Napoleon Hill. And when Napoleon Hill interviewed Dale Carnegie, his principle in life was, I'm going to help 1 million people become millionaires. And by doing that, I'm going to benefit from that. He took a little tiny bit from everybody while he helped them.
Yeah.
And that's what obviously we need to help ourselves as well.
Of course.
But we can't be the priority. Other people have to be the priority.
No, I agree. No, absolutely. Keith, what about you?
Give, and give some more.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we need to do.
Yeah.
And it's never steered me wrong. It's
Yeah.
never steered me wrong. It's put me in the right direction. It's put me in front of the right people. I look back at my career and I realize why I'm where I'm at, and who I've been associated with and who I continue to be associated with. And that's what we need to do. We need to teach our agents that we coach and that we teach the same thing. We got to put other people first.
No, absolutely. I agree with that. So you both are in coaching. John has written a book. So in the coaching, what books have you read or can you suggest for reading? And right now I'm basically really gearing this into some of the real estate agents because I'm really hoping, and the whole purpose of this too, National Veterans Alliance, is to get real estate agents to really take notice and really step up and help our veterans. We all need help, and it's great. Yes, we have our clients, but obviously everybody knows between National Veterans Alliance and DDS for Vets, I'm all about the veterans and first responders because it's really time for us to serve them. So what book would you suggest for real estate agents getting into real estate? What books would you suggest? What books have you read? And just a real quick why. What resonated with you?
Well, I mean, you have your traditional real estate books, the MREA, Shift, the One Thing, those kind of things. But, I was actually looking at some of the books I've read over the years prior to coming here. Things like Sell 100 Homes a Year by Christian Mashur. Go Pro by Eric Worre. .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. And YouTube by Price Pritchett. Those are really good foundational books, and they really help your mindset. They help you understand, how to navigate money, how to navigate transactions, how to think, how to change your mindset. That's very important. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, look at it like this. When we're little kids and we're sitting at a table, we're sitting at the dinner table, and there's a knock on the door, and it's a salesman. And your parents say, shh, hide everybody, because it's a salesman bad. We get that drilled into our head so much.
We do. We even do that today. Someone's knocking on that door. We're like, They didn't call. But remember back in the day?
Right.
Your mom would get well, you're from Jersey,
Yeah.
the coffee out.
Oh my gosh, you get the coffee,
And the Sara Lee
cake.
You know, that came right out.
Right out.
Not today.
No, not today. But the thing is that we're so conditioned from like in our core that salesman bad
Yeah.
that we have a mental block because we don't want to be that person to be viewed as salesman bad when we're knocking on a door. But salesman not bad.
Yeah.
We have to like using neuroplasticity. We have to really rewire our brains
Yeah.
to understand that we're not there to annoy people. We're there to help people. And if we can just switch that mindset,
Yeah.
that would go a long way to a lot of these new agents being able to be successful.
Yeah, I agree. Keith, what about you?
You guys like Sebastian too, huh? That's
Yes.
Right, that's right where that's
That's
from.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
That's right where
There-
that's
there
from.
you go,
So
there you go.
I think the biggest thing is we're in a industry now where years ago we were salesmen. We walked at the front door. We put our foot in the door and we walked in. We're not there. We're not there anymore. We are a relationship business, and most of my coaching has been to get people to come in the side door, get invited to the coffee table, go to the kitchen table and have coffee. It's a whole different mindset of
Yeah.
what we should be looking at because of we're wondering who's at the door, right?
Right.
So it's more about us being able to have relationships with people on a personal level, not necessarily on a business level
Right.
to start.
Nope, I agree with that. So what is the one idea that experts in your field say that you disagree with?
I'll hit it. There's a lot of coaching out there, a lot of people that are in real estate that feel that Facebook, all the social media is the only way to get business. That is just a start. The best way to get business is a face-to-face contact. It has never gone away, and it's here even more today than ever before.
Yeah.
Think about
coming
this.
back.
Fraud is at the top. There is more fraud going on in this country right now, in all countries right now, than ever before.
Yeah.
The trust factor has reached its bottom, and people don't know if you're really who you are on the phone.
That's true.
And they don't know who you are at the front door
Yeah.
until you get past that 10 seconds and people get the chance to know who you are as a person. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that we need to look at is not business first, but person. People need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. And they do that as an individual, not as a real estate agent.
Nope, I agree with that. John, how about you?
I couldn't agree more. I just actually coached one of my people yesterday on this very thing. I said, and he's big on marketing and social media. I said, but how's that working for you? Because it's not. I says, go back to old school. Go knock on doors, introduce yourself, have a conversation with somebody, get to know them, build a relationship, watch what happens.
Yeah.
And listen, I practiced this in law enforcement when I was a detective.
Yeah.
You'd have a detective who'd go out and make a phone call to try to get information, to get nowhere. I would drive to that place, have a conversation with the person, and you know what? It's a lot harder to say no to somebody that you're friends with than
Yeah.
it is to say no to somebody you don't know.
Good point. That is a good point.
Can I back up on that just
Yeah,
for a
go
second?
right ahead.
A lot of agents that are coming new to this business, my appointment to you would be get ahead of the agents who've been doing this for a long time. The ones who've been doing this for a long time are still going through ISAs, inside sales associates, and they're making phone calls. Realize that a few years ago, it took 12 phone calls to actually have someone pick up. The recent study shows it takes 24 phone calls for someone to actually pick up. And yet your chances are cut in half, which is good, when you're at the front door and you're actually knocking on a door or leaving something in a door or doing direct mail. These things are the way to actually reach people, right? It's not through email. How many emails you get today, Deb? 800, 900
Before I
emails?
left, no, not that many.
Okay.
But well, just today,
Yeah.
I mean, I had probably about 70 emails before,
Okay, all
before
right.
noontime.
So you look at your emails. Do you read every single one of them?
No,
Oh, okay.
People
So
can
so
vouch
how
for me
much
there.
how much mail do you get in the mailbox?
very little.
Very little. Can you imagine what one of your cards would do in the mailbox because it stands out more so than
Yeah.
in an email?
Yeah, it's going back.
Yeah.
It's going back
Yeah.
to the day.
It is. It is. Well, this
yeah.
is a cycle business, and we're
Yeah,
cycled back
yeah.
around.
Exactly
And-
right.
And I have to say too, and I know I make a habit of it, is just even writing a hand note to somebody.
Huge.
Huge.
And ironically, they call you because they're so shocked that they received a handwritten,
People don't do it.
mail.
That's personal, and I love that.
Because they
Yep.
don't do that.
Yep.
Because they don't do that. Okay, what is your favorite part of the job? or your services. And what is your least favorite part? John, we're going to start with you.
I guess my favorite part, honestly, interacting with people, helping them, negotiating contracts. I'm very, very good at negotiating, and problem solving. I love that. You throw. I don't think I've ever had a deal that didn't have a problem, and you know,
true.
and I've been able to navigate through it one way or the other. I figured things out. And as an agent, let me give you all some advice. You're the person who cannot panic. I don't care what happens. If you're panicking inside, you can't show it. You've got to maintain calm, and you got to reassure your client. Don't worry about it. It'll be resolved. We'll take care of it. You've got to do that.
Right.
Set the tone.
I love to be that person. So what do I like least? Some of the people that are in this business, and I guess all businesses, but we're talking about this business, could be a little shady. I don't like those kind of people. I've got a problem with dishonesty.
Yeah.
I've got a problem with disloyalty.
Yep.
And they exist. And in any business, these people exist.
Yeah, that's the world we live in.
Okay, that's the
even
world
more
we're
so
living.
today.
So you know what? Some people say, well, real estate agents. Well, every business has your characters in it
Right.
that probably shouldn't be in
Yeah.
the business that they're in. But for this particular business, to answer your question, that's what I don't like about the business.
Keith, what about you?
I'm gonna take that and say that what I don't like first, and you guys are relating everything to customers, buyers, sellers, investors that you're working with, trying to find homes. My customer base are real estate agents. And so I have that same problem sometimes with real estate agents. I'm in a situation where we had a lot of people get out of the business. Well, the ones that got out of the business should have, because they got into business for the wrong reason. They saw the money, they saw how easy it was, and they created a huge chaos for us and actually hurt the industry, hurt us, because we're only as strong as our weakest link. No matter what real estate agent is out there is being weak, that's what they relate us to. So that really kind of gets under my skin. I want real estate agents who really want to do this and make this their career, let's do it. Those who just want to mess around, I'd rather them find something else to do. What do I love about this business? I tell you, Deb, I get up every morning, can't wait to get to work. I don't have a job. I don't have a career. I have a lifestyle, and my lifestyle is how many people can I help today, and can I add one more to that? And my thrill is when I see people doing things they said they wouldn't do. I'll never knock on a door, and next thing you know, they are. And I'm saying you will, if you see the results from it.
Right.
So sometimes we have to do things in the business that we don't like to do, but those are the things that actually happen and actually work. And when I see that happening with a real estate agent, I just feel like I saved one more.
So, on a final thought, because it's really all about the veterans and that. So, I'll start with you, John. What are some of the things that you feel as agents that we can improve on in helping our veterans and first responders and
Well-
giving back?
Well, look, one of the things I could tell you from firsthand experience, when you first get out of the military and go try to transition back into what we call the real world, it's a very difficult procedure. It's two different mindsets. It's two different worlds, and organizations like yours are certainly doing the right thing to help that transition, be a little more easy.
Right.
But overall, this country, the whole system is not really set up for doing right by our veterans.
Right.
That needs to change.
Yeah, it does.
You know as well as I do the statistics for veterans taking their lives.
Yeah.
Okay, that shouldn't be a thing.
Right.
When you're throwing veterans out of places and putting other people in them, to hotels and things like that,
Yeah.
there's a systemic problem in this country.
Right.
We need to focus on our veterans, help them transition back into society, make it a little bit easier for them. I know we have VA programs and stuff and loans and things like that, but they really need to tweak that a little bit, because veterans that were willing to give their life for their country need to be able to afford a house, to be able to go in and have their hand held maybe
Yeah.
through the whole process.
I
So
agree.
there's work to be done.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Yeah.
Keith.
Knowledge. Knowledge and knowing
Yes.
what those loans do.
Good word.
The biggest problem that we had in the last several years that really disappointed me was we had a lot of veterans that wanted to move and they didn't because sellers weren't accepting the contracts because agents weren't explaining to the sellers that it's the most solid contract that can possibly come across the desk.
That's true.
And,
True.
And that,
Yep.
it still gives me goosebumps every time I say it because we had so many veterans that were fighting and they had to maneuver and do conventional loans and then try to get back into a VA loan so that they could use that as their benefit. And it was all because agents weren't explaining the issue. VA loans years ago, when you had a roof issue, you had to replace the whole roof. It's not like that anymore. Things have really changed to the betterment of not just the veteran, but also the homeowner. So I just think knowledge for real estate agents needs to be really high. Go to these classes, learn more about the VA loans, learn more about what they can provide. Put out there. We got 40,000+ of veterans coming to this state over the next year. We need to be ready for
Yeah,
them.
we've got,
Yeah.
it's 72,000 by
Is it 72?
2027.
27? We got
even
several.
Chris Barnes said that that figure is a little on the low side for the whole state of Florida. Obviously not. I mean, and that's why we want to entice them to come here.
And it's
to,
not about
the
sales,
Treasure
Deb.
Coast.
It's not about sales. It's about they deserve a place to live.
Oh,
A million
absolutely.
%.
No, I agree
Just like
with you
anybody else.
all, and National Veterans Alliance, and again, we're gearing into, we want to have a community of really qualified real estate agents, and those that share our passion for our veterans. We are across the country. It doesn't matter where you're relocating. If you're a veteran, first responder, we're going to be able to connect you with one of our real estate agents, and I'm telling you, that's in all 50 states. In order to be part of National Veterans Alliance, you need to be able to give back. Like John and Keith had said, your commission check, yes, it's important. We all need money to live. But this is all about giving back. I can promise you it will come back. But if you're a mortgage lender, if you're title industry, we have the attorneys, we have the insurance agents. We're giving back. We're helping them maybe pay with their closing costs. There's a variety of different ways that we can give back to the veteran. And like John said too, it's not just closing the deal. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. What else can we help you with? And that's where we're really proud. We're partnered up with DDS for Vets. Yes, I am the founder of DDS for Vets as well. But we are a resource center for all veterans, all first responders, whether it be job opportunities, business opportunities. We have counseling. We know a lot of the guys that are really battling PTSD. We have several different programs that we refer out that have a 100% proven effect. There's no cure for people battling PTSD. But what we do have, we have programs that we can help put you in that are going to help you when you're going through those dark moments and be able to go ahead and pull yourself out. I'm very excited. Our office is going to be open by April 1st, and we're very excited about that. That's going to be located at 1940 Southwest Fountain View Boulevard in Port St. Lucie. It's on the other side of Carrabba's, right in front of the Marriott Hotel. We're going to be having a lot of meetings. I'm excited because we have a great training room. So every week we're going to be having different speakers come in. We're going to have an education part for real estate agents. I don't care what broker you're with. It's not about the brokerage. It's about you, the person, and what can you offer and what can you do for the veterans. If it's all about the check, if it's all about you want to get to that closing as quick as you can, I'll tell you right now, that's great for you, but you won't be a part of National Veterans Alliance. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for sincere people that really do care. And I will tell you this now, if you are listening to this and you're from New York and you're a police officer in New York, please know we welcome you here with open arms. We will help find a place for you, a place to call home, not just a house. We will help you with that. And I can assure you, this area here, the Treasure Coast, is one of the best. But here in Florida, we respect our first responders, our police officers, our firefighters, and our veterans. We place you all first. I assure you, you will not get the disrespect that you are getting in New York, Chicago, or California. or any other place. I'm just choosing those because that seems to be the most prominent right now. And they're hiring. So please make sure that you get in touch with us, and I believe we'll have our contact information on the bottom of this for National Veterans Alliance, and we'll have our phone number. And if you have something to write with right now, you can contact me, Deb, at 561-246-0566. And guys, is there anything else that we haven't covered? Is there something that you want to say to the audience right now before closing?
Yes, I just want to piggyback off of what you just said. To my brother and sister officers all over the country, if you come down here, you can reach out to Debbie. She knows how to contact me. I would be more than happy to give you my time, help you with whatever I can, and please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information will be on the screen, and or my name will be on the screen. Debbie can get in touch with me, and I will help you out in any way I can.
Thank you. Keith, do you have anything you want to close with?
I just would like to say that I commend you, Deb, for all the things that you've done with the organizations you've put together and how you've been able to concentrate on people who actually have been kind of left behind. Ever since Vietnam War, a lot of veterans have just been left to the side and have been helped, and they're humans, they're citizens, and they're people that we should be taking care of. And I just applaud you for putting all this together, and I'm so proud to be part of it.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And you know what? I have tremendous help. I have amazing people that support. That's it for today's show. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you the next time. God bless.